All right, in this last chapter, we're talking about probability, and we talked about the likelihood and it on a scale and being able to place the chance of something happening. Now let's talk about what it'll look like as a sample space in an event. So if this first one is talking about rolling a dice, well, your sample space is everything that could happen. So if I roll a dice, I could get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. And that is considered your sample space. It's everything that could happen. The event is what you want to have happen. So let's say I want to roll an even number. Well, it's only the even numbers then. So 2, 4, and 6 would be my event. And they have to tell you what that event is in order for you to actually write it, and they will. But let's do another one. So if I am flipping a coin, I only have 2 possibilities, tails and heads. So then my event would be like, well, getting heads, right? So this is rolling a dice, this is flipping a coin. Sometimes they even do a complex where you do 2 of them, and it'll tell you either it wants it 1H or else H1. That's saying you roll a 1 and then you flip a coin and it's heads. So we can do it here. I want it in the form of H1. So if I flip a coin and it lands on heads, and then I roll a dice and it lands on 1, I can do that, and all of the outcomes that would happen would be H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and then I can flip that coin and it could land on tails, and I could get tails 1, tails 2, tails 3, tails 4, tails 5, tails 6. So these are, this is a complex event because 2 things are happening, and these are called simple events because 1 thing is happening. And so you can see how kind of we can merge them together. And now let's say, okay, in this event, I want to get a odd number. Well, I can get an odd number with heads 1, tails 1, odd number. I can get an odd number with heads 3 and tails 3. I can get an odd number with heads 5 and tails 5. And those are all of the ones that have an odd number up here in my sample space. So those are going to be all of the events that give me an odd number. And so you'll be able to see kind of what they want in the first 5 questions on your assignment today. It's going to look like this.